from the 58th Annual CMA Awards in Nashville. Froggy and Forever Media live from the 58th Annual CMA Awards. Our coverage brought to you by Murphy Family, Inc., Mata Heating and Air, and Wayne Lumber and Supply. For the first time, I'm getting to meet Ella Langley.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. Congrats on a hot song.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
You
excited.
Look Like You Love Me.
Yes, sir.
That right there. And I mean, country music has, I think, always been about pickup lines.
Yeah, I mean, really.
You know, because it's like, that's how the world keeps spinning. And
yeah, that's how babies are made.
We haven't
starts with a pickup line.
and we haven't had a pickup line song in a while.
Yeah. Well, that's why I saw the lack in us, and then no, really, we wrote the song as a joke. We didn't think anyone was going to hear it at first. Me and one guy originally wrote it first. His name's Aaron Ratier, and then we cut it to go on the album when we were first cutting. Last August, so like over a year ago. And then Riley asked us on tour the next week, and I was driving around listening to it, and I was like, damn, what if he wrote a second verse and just made it into a duet, because that would be perfect if a guy just came in there and kind of talked about how she came up to him.
Well, and that's every single guy at a bar is dreaming. Some woman walks up and says that.
Yeah, the guy I wrote it with, he said, this is perfect. Cut all the hard work out. I ain't got any. Yes. That's cut the worst part out for the guy. And honestly, I am a woman who knows what she wants 95% of the time. Sometimes I get confused when it's dinner time on what I want to eat, but other than that. I kind of felt like, wasn't any question about would I say that or not.
Well, I'm assuming since that song came out, when you perform that live, you're getting a huge reaction.
It's crazy. Every show, more people are singing it. We just wrapped up the first leg of my first headlining tour. It's called Hungover. We're doing the second leg in the spring. It's called Still Hungover. If you're not catching my drift, on the record.
I love it.
Well, you probably hung over after you walk up to a man and say, you look like you love me.
That's right.
For emotionally and probably from the tequila that guy gave you the courage in the first place. But yeah, just the rawness and realness of just honesty of that's what the record really is. It's just kind of little journal entries almost, Songwriters that write with me know way too much about my life.
I bet. And the song, going back to the song You Look Like You Love Me, because that is nominated for a CMA award for a musical event, and you're going to be performing that song on the show.
Yep.
I think that you have impacted, this is a strange thing to say, but society, because I guarantee you there are people in bars all over this country using that pickup line now.
Yeah, whenever we finished writing that song, I was like, this song could either it's probably started some marriages, maybe some divorces, definitely a couple kids.
There you go. I'm sure someone's going to, if they haven't done it already, they're going to hey, I actually used that line and it worked.
Yeah, I know not yet, but I feel like they probably do throw it out now, but it might be a little wait, can you get any more original than that? We've heard it before.
But as a woman, you always hear pickup lines, and I don't think men get to hear pickup lines very often.
Yeah, that's true.
I picked out a couple. You tell me if you've ever heard these.
All
Are
right.
you a parking ticket? Because you've got fine written all over you.
That's pretty good.
That's a lot of
I like that. You're going to read any more?
I could. I
Yeah.
got one more for
Yeah.
you. All right, you tell me if you've had this one. Do you have a map? Because I keep getting lost in your eyes.
We should have ended with the first one, though, but that was good. The parking ticket thing, yes, I have gotten a couple parking tickets. Thank you.
Well, tell me about, this being your first ever CMA Awards, and you get
Yep.
to be nominated and perform. How does that feel?
Oh, overwhelming in a great way. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot of firsts for me this year. First stadium, first putting a record out, first headlining tour, first CMAs, first performance. It's crazy. It's a lot to take in. It feels like, is this really happening? Are y'all pulling where's Ashton Kutcher at? But it also feels like we put a lot of hard work into what we're doing. This isn't something I just woke up one day and decided, you know what, I'm going to decide to do that. No, this has been the only thing I've ever wanted to do. I've thought about it every day of my life. There hasn't been a day in my life I haven't thought about doing this job. And so now seeing people's reaction, and actually for the first time in my not only career but my life, being like, wow, I might get to do this for the rest of my life. It feels really exciting and off of, what a cool song, You Look Like You Love Me. It's just so different. And when you move to town, everyone always says it takes the one song, and you kind of sit here and wonder, like, what, do I already have that one song? Is it, what one song is it? And even before the record came out, if you would have asked me if it would be You Look Like You Love Me, I probably would have said no. But I feel like singing that song when I'm 70 would be fine, like.
It's fun.
It's hard. It's not that hard to sing. It's the talking part's harder than you think it is. We went through a lot of different versions of that, actually, but yeah.
Well, I can tell it's you. I mean, first time meeting you, you sound like the Ella Langley talking in that song. And the world's so stressful. It's been so stressful, I feel like, the last 4 or 5 years. That song is just an escape.
That's what I'm trying to be as an artist for people. I think, I grew up with parents who believe different things in politics and religion. My mom's from Michigan. My dad's from BFE, Alabama. And they're just very different people. And so growing up in that environment, it kind of gives me this outlook on life a little bit where it's like, it's just not what is important to me as much, And there isn't probably anything else in this world that can unify a crowd of people the way that music does. If you think about at these festivals when you see hundreds of thousands of people out there, what can do that? But and they're all there for one thing, And
they agreed on something.
They agreed on one
music.
thing when they're there to listen to that artist or that performance, and so that's just kind of the place I want to be as an artist for people,
Real quick, Thanksgiving's next week. I've been asking everybody, does Ella Langley have a favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Chicken and dumplings. Probably.
You do that for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, my grandma's chicken and dumplings. She's not around anymore, but my mom makes them now. Almost as good. I
like that
grandma.
because that's a tradition. That's not, maybe everybody doesn't do that, but that's what your family does.
Yeah, also I really like cranberry sauce, not homemade. Don't ever just get it from the can. That's the best.
I love it. Ella, thank you for spending time with us. Can't wait to see you in Pittsburgh at some point.
Yes, sir.
And best of luck at the CMAs.
Thank you.
We're live in Nashville, CMA Awards coverage on Froggy.